in locations like Castina, Sokoto, Kanu, and the rest. So we welcome everybody, and we want to make sure that we move this process in the right direction. West African Secretariat for Organic Agriculture is recognized by ECOWAS and has received the support from ECOWAS to train young people in West Africa. And this is born from the need, from two very important needs. The first is that there is that break between the young generation in approaching issues surrounding food and nutrition security. And we are trying to bridge that gap so that in as much as the old people are waning down and they are getting tired, the young people should be able to take up that responsibility to provide food for our region. Any region, nation, state, or people that cannot provide food for themselves are in trouble. They're in trouble because any person that provides food for you takes care of everything that concerns you. So, and if we're able to work out a process of getting you to participate in food production, then it will be great. So part of what is going to happen is that let us open up the, the value chain in agriculture using organic agriculture so that the young people can fit in at any point and contribute to this. We want to say that this is a very good source of revenue. It is a very good way of getting young people livelihood, because what we have noticed is that it is mainly the the informal sector that have capacity to provide jobs. The public sector, the governmental sector cannot give all the job that is needed. So the job component becomes a challenge, and that is forcing the young people to move. So that brings us to the second challenge, which is migration. Young people are migrating to locations where they will get job and get livelihood, and it is not their fault. But the most dangerous is that they are even migrating out of our region. But if we're able to create it's good livelihood, because what you are talking about is good livelihood, not just to give them livelihood. But if you're able to create good livelihood for them, there's a tendency that they will stay and support the development of this our region, sub-region of West Africa. So we have gathered here to create awareness on this ECOWAS supported program. ECOWAS have done a lot in our region, and we know. And I want to boast that of all the regions in Africa, ECOWAS is at the forefront. We have meetings that bring all the representatives of the regions together, and the presence of ECOWAS says it all. It is different. It is contributing, and it will continue to contribute. It has bring this. ECOWAS has brought this as avenue of changing the life of people, changing the life of our region, and making things better. And we are saying that the success of this will introduce success in other things. When the presentation comes, it will show that this event, this training will take place in about 6 countries in West Africa. They include Nigeria, we are here, Senegal, Republic of Benin. Let me recognize Professor Simplis. He's our daddy in organic agriculture. It cannot be overemphasized. I'm happy that even with the waning strength and energy as a result of age, he still brings a lot of energy to support us. You are welcome, Professor Simplis. So we, including
Thank
Cote
you.
d'Ivoire, Togo, Liberia. So these are countries that are involved, and non-organizations are here, and they are going to implement these activities. And we want to make sure that this activity will change the trajectory of food production, involvement of the youth, and development of our region. Thank you very much as we listen to the content of how the nature of the employability program, how it will go, how to participate, how to benefit, and other things surrounding it. Thank you very much and welcome to this, our monthly webinar. Good morning once again.
All right, thank you so much, sir. We've currently maxed out our Zoom, so we are live streaming on YouTube. We've shared the link across channels so that we can share with other people, and then we can have as many of us join the call as possible. So we'll be going, again, we have started interpretation. So for our French-speaking community, we would like to request that you just click on interpretation. If you are joined in from your laptop, there is an icon with three dots in a circle. So you click on it and then you click on interpretation and then you move to the French channel. So we are all carried along. So please, you can do that. Let's confirm that our French participants have joined. So can I get confirmations, please? Let's get confirmations that our French participants have been able to join the interpretation and they have the French interpretation ongoing. Because after now, the next voice you'll be hearing will be that of Emmanuel Ogunlola. He will be taking the presentation, telling us a lot more about what this amazing. Okay, I see a challenge here also. Okay, please, can I get confirmation? Please, can I get confirmation that our French speakers interpretation is on in the French channel? Can I get that confirmation before we proceed?
Yes.
Okay, all right, Mexi, thank you. Okay, so we would go on now. I will be inviting Mr. Emmanuel Ogunlola to take the presentation. Mr. Emmanuel, over to you.
So good morning, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Mr. Emmanuel, we can't seem to hear you.
Hello?
We need more volume.
We can hear you.
We
can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay,
clearly.
awesome.
You can hear me now. Hello?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. We can hear you clearly.
We can hear you.
All right. Good afternoon from here to our people from the other part of the West Africa, Togo, Benin, Professor Simlis, you are welcome. And to other centers, I say welcome to you. Bonjour to you all. Bonjour tout le monde. And I'll be presenting on the overview of WASIO, a West African Secretariat for Ecological Organic Agriculture Initiative, which also the involvement in ECOWAS strategy for youth employment in agro, civil, pastoral, and heliotic sector, being coordinated by the WASIO West African Secretariat of Ecological Organic Agriculture Initiative and being housed by Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners in Nigeria. I equally want to recognize Dr. Jude. Thank you very much for the opening remarks, sir. Thank you very much. Can everybody see my
Professor
slide?
Jude.
Yes, we can.
Can you see my slide?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes,
We can see.
I'll be talking on. I'll be speaking on the outlines, the introduction, and equally be looking at the ECOWAS employability strategy. Also, we'll be talking on the core objectives of the grant, the purpose and strategy, and also we'll be talking on the strategic focus areas of the grant, where we'll also be intimating ourselves with the training centers, the country that are also involved, and we'll conclude. Hello?
Cannot hear you again.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you
We
now.
can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right. I think I need to increase the volume here. Okay, thank you. Now, the talking on the introduction, basically what the ECOWAS is trying to addressing the youth unemployment through agricultural transformation. The key focus, the key area that we are equally looking at, ECOWAS is trying to look at, is the mandate inclusive growth in agriculture, specifically the agro-civil, pastoral, and electric sector. I'll be using that, the electric and the fishery sector interchangeably, equally mean the same. So during my presentation, you can be hearing fish and the electric, so it equally mean the same. Now, the challenges are that the 60% of West African population are currently under 35 years, which are basically unemployed. And what are the strategies that the ECOWAS is trying to look at? The regional strategy to co-develop with government, NGOs, and technical partners in the West African region. Now, 3 pillars or 3 framework for sustainable impact, which ECOWAS is trying to look at and to elevate this, to bring this is to, number 1, build the capacity building through training, incubation, and skill development in the area of ASPH. And also the policy incentives, reform for land, finance access to youth in the West African region, and also the market linkage. The third one is the sharing mechanism, which include the monitoring of the youth, their skill development in order for them to grow, and also the ECOWAS leadership in the region. Overall target is to train 3,850 youth, which mandatorily we have 40% of whom will be women. The 3 centers funded include the CORAF, which focuses on the agronomic center research, and the organic production, which Wasire is being coordinated, and the Songhai Center, also the 3rd funding center, is in Port Novo. The objective of the grant, we have key objective for this grant. The number 1 of it is to enhance technical and practical skill in agro, civil, pastoral, and electric value chain. Also to train youth in sustainable, eco-intensive practices. The third one is to improve access to ecosystem services, which is not limited to seed, water, and soil. We'll equally have to map out the agribusiness potential for ECOWAS Youth Platform, and also to amplify visibility of ECOWAS and the centers, training centers, activities in the region. The purpose and the strategy objectives is to accelerate the transformation of the agro-silvopastoral and fisheries sector and West African agri-food value chain to share growth and prosperity based on the potential exploitation of the region's youth potential, and also to facilitate the socio-professional integration of youth, young people in the ASPH sector, fishery and agro-food value chain, in order to, one, reduce active unemployment and minimize uncontrolled migration in the region. We have 5 major stages in this focal point of the objective. Number 1 is to strengthen the capacity of youth, which is what the ECOWAS is trying to do in the region, in order for them to have training in vocational area, to enable them to supplement their theoretical knowledge with technical and practical skill in research and innovation in the ASPH and fishery sector. The second one is to develop training for young rural people, which will equally curb the rural-urban migration in sustainable and ecological intensive agricultural practices adapted to the production method of small-scale producers among rural people and players in the priority strategic value chain, be it rice, corn, cassava, plantain, millet, and sorghum. Another objective is to put in ecosystem services to work, whereby also the youth also we appreciate nature, and for young farmers by improving their access and collective management of organic materials, organic manure, the soil and water, quality and resistant seed. Another objective is to map out and assess the agribusiness potential of young people. They have knowledge and it's vast, in order for them to make use of it and to see agriculture as a business. Young farmers and individual entrepreneur to enable ECOWAS to set up the ECOWAS Youth Agribusiness Platform, an ECOWAS Youth Agribusiness Forum, which equally brings together different organizations of youth, young farmers, individual entrepreneurs working in various agricultural sectors, in close collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture in the countries, in this ECOWAS state, member states, and rural development of the member state. And the last objective I'll be talking on is to increase the visibility of ECOWAS activities in member states and the visibility of the National Center of Sustainability and the Regional Center of Sustainability and Center of Excellence, and other vocational training centers in the field of agriculture, livestock, and fishery. I hope I'm not too fast. All right, the focal point is to strengthen initiative to prepare young people for careers. Basically for them to be able to see agriculture as a way, as a means, and as a business in the area of ASPH and agri-food sector. That have 2 divisions also. The first one is to support for the revitalization of the awareness raising and information system on job opportunities that are in this agro-silvopastoral and fishery sector. The second one is to support vocational training and incubation for young entrepreneurs. The second one that I'll be talking about is to promote a favorable environment for the integration and empowerment of young entrepreneurs in the ASP sector. First is to facilitate the investment and funding initiative that can promote the integration of youth into ASP and also improve access to land and market. The third one is supporting the economic and the social empowerment of young people in agri-food value chain. Also, we are looking at the way to support the player to set up a structuring initiative for the integration and settlement of young people in the ASP sector. And also facilitating the emergence of new generation of young agri-food entrepreneur. And that's the focus of ECOWAS. To manage youth integration initiative in the ASP sector is the last one, which also is to support and strengthen the national steering mechanism for the integration of youth in the ASP, and also to strengthening ECOWAS leadership in this sector and agri-food value chain. There are 9 centers that are included in this training. The first one is the Afawawa Training Center for Women, which is in Senegal. They will be training 100 youth. The second is the Center de Incubation et de Resource and Agribusiness. That's Serap-Tessie. They are in Togo. They will be training 200 youth. The third one is Tafrowiz Production System Partnership Center in Anambra, Nigeria. Equally, they will be training 200. Tamutu Agricultural Vocational Training Center, that's in Liberia. They will be training 120 youth in the sector. The OBEPAP organization Benin for la promotion de l'agriculture public is in Benin Republic. They will be training 120. Agricole Afrique in Senegal will be training 120. Refab CI will be training in Côte d'Ivoire, will be training 100. The Agile will be training in Togo, they will be training 100. And the Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria will be training 270. Altogether, the total number of youth to be trained is 1,330 by all the center listed. Now, at country level, we have 2 centers in Nigeria, NOAN and the Taprowiz Production System. In Benin, we have OBEPAB. We have in Togo, we have Serap-Tessie and Agile. In Côte d'Ivoire, we have Refab CI. In Liberia, we have Taftis. And the Senegal, we have Agricole Afrique and Afawawa. Altogether, we have 6 countries participating under WASIOE. Now, let me pick each country one after the other and lay emphasis on their focus area and their target. The one I'll be talking about is the Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria. The focus training area is on 1, agribusiness, organic agribusiness, bio-input production, and high-value crop propagation. Altogether, they will be training 270. We will be training 270 youth, basically not less than 40% women. And the target group are youth between the ages of 18 and 35 years old. The second in Nigeria is the TAPROWIS Production System Partnership Center in Anambra State, Nigeria. They'll be focusing on, their focus training is on fish production, pond management, organic feed formulation, and business planning. Their modality of sustainability is to grouping the training into cooperative, to be a cooperative member in that sector. And altogether, they will be training 200 youth. In Benin, we have OPEPAP. Their training focus on bio-input, compost and biopesticide, pineapple, plantain processing, eliciculture, that's the raising of snail, market and market linkage. Altogether, they will be training 120 youth, not less than 40% women. And target group are youth. All generally, we have target group are youth between the ages of 18 and 35 years old. In Togo, we have two centers, the Seraptesi and the Agir. But Seraptesi is focusing on the agro-grain entrepreneurship and eco businesses, water management, renewable energy, and cooperative development. They will be training 200 youth. They are focusing on sustainable agriculture, composting, and rural entrepreneur. The target group are rural youth, women cooperative, and small stakeholders, farmer, targeting 100 youth to be trained. Refab in Côte d'Ivoire, their training focus on sustainable livelihood, environmental conservation, and right advocacy. They will be training 100 youth, and the target group are the vulnerable youth in conflicted area in the northern region of Côte d'Ivoire, Babadogo and the Yabokro. Those are the areas that they are targeting the youth in Côte d'Ivoire. In Liberia, we have Tumutu Agricultural Vocational Training Center. Their focus training are on agroecology, climate smart agriculture, and sustainable farming system, pig production, soil conservation, agribusiness management. Altogether, they will be training 120 youth, targeting the ages, the target group are 18 to 35 years old. In Senegal, we have two organizations, the Agricole Afrique and the AFAWAWA. Training focus for Agricole are agroecological production, organic farming, and value chain development. They will equally be training 120 youth, and the target group are young producers, processors, traders, and local authorities. The AFAWAWA Training Center for Women in Senegal also, they are basically gender focused, female exclusive training for women in organic processing, focusing on shea butter and neem value addition, eco-labeling. Also, they will be training 100 women. In conclusion, the WASIOE ECOWAS initiative demonstrates that investing in youth centered ecological agriculture is a high impact strategy to simultaneously address one, unemployment via practical skills leading to enterprise creation, two, food insecurity through diversified climate resilient production, and also the environmental degradation by replacing extractive practices with circular economy. This initiative seed a double harvest: youth as a custodian of ecological resilience, an architect of food sovereignty. Thank you very much for listening. Merci, obrigado. Thank you all.
All right, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you for that. Please confirm that you can hear me.
Can
Am I
hear
being
you.
heard?
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much for that. So we'd like to take questions now. I can see some questions already in the chat, but we'd like to take questions. So we have questions. I know we have questions. So we'd like to take our questions. Um, so we'd like to take our questions now. Mr. Emmanuel, if it's okay, you can stop screen sharing. All right, okay. Yes. Just before I start taking our questions, permit me to recognize the presence of Professor Victor Ochidi. He's the registrar and the CEO of Nigeria Institute of Soil Science and the president of International Union of Soil Science. So thank you so much for joining us on the call now. I would also invite COB, someone it feels the good of getting used to. Thank you, Professor Chidi, for joining me, sir. To also be on the call, turn on his video while we take the questions. Again, we're being live streamed on YouTube because we maxed out our Zoom space, and this call is being recorded. So I needed to take that so that we are also taking permission and we're not taking access for granted. So I would invite Professor Melidu. Please now let's just drop all our questions in the chat box so that no question will be lost. And someone is asking if it's possible to see the slide for training centers in Nigeria. Okay, so Mr. Emmanuel, if it's possible, please reshare the training centers so that for one or two people that might want to do a screenshot. A follow-up question on that is if there's any training center in Ogun State, and how about those that are 40 years and above? So while we await more questions, I would invite Professor Melu to go ahead with that question. Over to you, ma'am.
Wow, this is great. I wasn't expecting it this way. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Hello?
can, ma. We can
Yes,
hear you, ma.
I said this is great. I wasn't expecting it this way. So I want to. Are you not hearing me?
We can hear you,
Can you
ma.
hear
Go
me?
ahead.
Can hear you, ma. Can hear you, ma.
Maybe she's not hearing me. So
Oh, she
I
said
said,
she can't.
wow. I said, wow, this is great. I wasn't expecting it this
I
way.
don't know who this.
And so, Hepzibah, I'm talking already.
Moderator, you are
You can
distracting
go
the
ahead,
speaker.
sir. You can go ahead,
Yes,
ma.
I think she has issue with that network. Maybe she's not hearing. So, Mr. Presenter, I appreciate your presentation so much. Professor Nkiru Mebudu, Professor of Food and Nutrition Security. And you know why I'm appreciating this presentation, because it will go a long, long way in us having food and nutrition security. So I also want to appreciate ECOWAS for this laudable project, and then the KCOA and NOAN for making it happen today. My appreciation goes to the timber and calibers that are here and everyone also. Focusing on youth, I like the age range. The age range is very impressive to me, and this is the way to go, the people to target, because they are already moving like a train, and they move en masse. We need to get some back, because some of them that move, like somebody said, when they get there, they find out that it isn't easy. If you're not educated and you move, it won't be easy there. So we have things we can enhance if we have a level environment. And so as ECOWAS is coming up this way, it's very well accepted and pleasing to us. But there are some areas that I find not included in this training, and that is the in thing, and that is what is making some youth to go in a different direction. I didn't hear anything on capacity, on the use of AI, on cybersecurity, high tech. It's very, very germane. Whatever we are doing now, whether it's agriculture, anything, it is very important, because the way the cyber is being fished, breached, and hacked, so many things now going on is enormous. That even when you start doing that business, how do you save your money? How do you save your vital, information? It's very, very important. So we include aspects of AI, capacity building, cyber security information, capacity building, and the use of high tech. How people that process, how do they market? These things are very important for us to include in this capacity building that is coming up. The number chosen for this region is very small. Region of, I think he said West Africa, 3,000 or thereabouts. They are very few. We have enormous youth, that we can train, and then as they begin to do the multiplier effect, on others, then it will really go down. It will spread, like wildfire. And then the areas also touched, it's very good, talking about aquaculture, agro processing, and the rest of them mentioned, very important, fish. We need to develop that sector very well. The agro-pastoral mentioned, apart from the menace, there are a lot of value, in livestock processing. I think it's even better for us to take the bigger name, the wider name, livestock, and then we begin to do the nitty-gritty on the areas for us to be able to generate. Is it milk sector, fresh milk? Is it yogurt? Is it cheese, beef that we can export to the international community? That's where we're going to make money. So we need to look at that area to see how we can make it to be more robust, to include the other aspects of livestock, in it. And then which other one do I have to talk about now? I think that's okay. It's a new beginning, and it's very, very impressive. Very impressive the way it's going, and I pray that the modalities, monitoring, and evaluation criteria should be put in place so that it will be sustainable. When you say youth, within this age group, it must be youth within that particular age group. and on and on and on. There must be, effect of this training on the rural, youths. Thank you very much. Hepzibah, finish. Did you people hear me?
Yeah, yes, we
Yes,
did.
we can.
The moderator is having issue. Oh my God. Maybe, sorry, I didn't even greet you, Mr. President. Mr. President can take over now. If she's having issue.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you
yeah.
very much, ma'am, for that insightful contribution. We would like to be strict that going forward, we spend maximum of 2 minutes in asking our questions. So I saw someone raise her hand now. We had Mr. Emeka before. I don't know if he's Mr. or Doctor. Apologies for that. So, sir, your question, sir. Okay, while we're still waiting for you, we can have Dr. Jota.
Okay. Thank you very much for participating. I recognize.
You are muted, sir.
You can hear him.
He's not. He's not.
You are on, sir. You are on, sir.
He's not muted.
Okay. Thank you very much. Again, I want to specially and personally recognize our daddy and my daddy, Professor Chude, the CEO and Registrar of Nigerian Institute of Soil Science, and the President of International Union of Soil Science. I welcome you, and if you wouldn't mind, I'll be happy if the moderator should pin you so that everybody will see you, will give you an opportunity to say hello. But let me go straight because we don't have plenty of time. I know that many people want to talk. The issue raised by Professor Melodo, one of the ardent supporters of our activities, is important, introduction of tech in agriculture. I must say that as we are going through the process of having to bring the youth into agriculture, one of the things that caught our attention is, can we bring tech into it? We know that if we bring tech into it, more young people will want to participate. So we are going through that process, and this is just starting. We are starting, and we know that starting is most times not very easy. The time between when we conceived this and when ECOWAS caught up with it and told us to start is short, and we are starting with the things that we can easily run with. But we are already looking at blockchain. We are already looking at blockchain, how it can be integrated. I've spoken with someone that will give me heads on how we can bring all this in to make the youth participate in agriculture. Because what we are saying is that it is not compulsory that every person must go to the farm. While dealing with the youth, I know that some of them want to cultivate. Some others want to participate in other components of the value chain, and we must open the value chain and create this opportunity for them. So I thank you for that. We have taken note of that, and it is important that as we are moving, we are just starting small, and there's a tendency that if we succeed this year, we'll have bigger amount of fund to do greater things. I want to say particularly what we plan is that, because we are talking about upscaling and multiplier effect, what we are thinking of is that part of the training we'll give these youth in the whole of West Africa is working in cooperation. So cooperative will be taught them, and after training, we'll form them into cooperatives, and we look for fund. We are struggling to see if we can get additional fund to give them start up, so that as they start, they will grow as cooperative. It's easier to monitor and manage them in cooperatives than as single individuals. Then secondly, it has to be mentioned that part of what we are bringing into this is mentoring. We bring people that have succeeded in their area of training, the people that will train them, to handhold them to move on. We are even looking at Oil Export Promotion Council to say if we can support us to connect them into premium market, international market where they can sell their things. So all these things are part of what we are planning. Now, someone asked about Ogun State. Now, the training centers doesn't have anything to do with location in the country. For Nigeria, we are going to do the training with specific locations. So we train one in the south, one training center will be in the southwest, one training center will be in the north, and one training center will be in the southeast. And they are attachment products. So if you are interested in one product, you can go there and receive your training. So, and I want to say that we are still working on the process of recruitment. And when it comes, we just keep in touch with our website, with our activities and activities of all other countries where you are listening to, because once it comes, the call for expression of interest will come and everybody will have opportunity to indicate interest. I want to say particularly, we are actually working with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture in Nigeria, and the same is applying to other countries that will insist that all the grantees will work with the Ministry of Agriculture of their countries. As a matter of fact, it is a requirement. So nobody that is qualified, that is enthusiastic, that want to participate will be left out, because we want everybody to be carried along and we don't want to miss anything. If there are, I think I have answered the ones I have captured. If there are other questions, let's get them and go on with them. Thank you very much, Hepzibah.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I think that pretty much also answers. I'm so sorry. I've been multitasking, trying to blend this alongside with Zoom, sorry, with YouTube. And so there's a bit of lag, so it's fine. I think this pretty much answers a number of the other questions that we had with respect to what's the criteria, all of that. So we like to say that keep in touch, so that also follow us on the check the website, check the NUAN website. Also follow us on social media, so that once all other details are out, we are in the know and we can quickly take advantage of the opportunity. I think that pretty much answers most of the questions that have been raised. We would also communicate when at the right time, and also let us know about the different training centers that will be available, because it's going to be available across the different zones in Nigeria. And I'm sure that you could as well say that that is what is going to happen in the other countries as well. Okay, so I would also like to recognize again Professor Chidi. So if you are still on the call, it would be nice to hear a word or two from you. So that, are you still on the call? I know you're on the call, so I just need to be able to find you. So, Professor Chidi, sir.
Professor Chude.
Okay, Chude. Professor Chude, sir. Okay, to become a member of the Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria, it's very simple, but fastest means is to go through our website. So we're going to have the website link shared again in the chat box. So please click on that. Mr. Saeed, I see you on the call. Kindly help us with that. Okay, Dr. Terry, sorry, Professor Teresa, Dr. Teresa, I'm guessing. I apologize if I did not get your title right. It's asking a question on what can be done about farmers experiencing herdsmen and farm vandalization. I am very sure that that's something that Dr. Jude would, we've always talked about alongside. I'm sure that work is ongoing on that, yes. Okay, so a question on YouTube, someone is asking if the training will also take place in South Nigeria. Yes, it's going to take place across all the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. So that way you can find a zone that is closest to you and we can all be a part of this. Let me see, is there any other question? Yes, I think that's about it. Dr. Sir, any other question? I would call it a wrap.
I insist that Professor Chude addresses us. I'm looking at him. He's still on the call. But I want to say that when very soon, the call for expression of interest will bring out a Google form where people that want to express interest will do so. And the training will take place for now only in 2 locations. But we'll make logistic arrangements, minimal logistic arrangement for people to participate from all parts of the country, whether you are in Maiduguri, whether you are in Sokoto, Bayelsa, Port Harcourt, Lagos, anywhere you are, we'll make moderate logistic provision for all qualified youths to participate in this training. And the same applies to all other countries in West Africa that this training will take place. We insist that the training covers all the parts of the country to make sure that as we move on, then more people will be given opportunity to participate. Unfortunately, we didn't have plenty of money to train more people, but after this one, the subsequent year, have more training, and we are looking for funds to bring other things for the young people, because we know that once we're able to bring young people into agriculture, then the problem will be half solved. And someone is talking about mechanization. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that as time comes. Someone is talking about herdsmen. We don't have any. We are honestly, we are not willing to discuss that. It is a government thing. What we are doing as supporters and non-governmental organizations is to provide capacity and help to go to international community to get funds to support our young people to end life. Some of the people that are leading this country end life, and the young generation have the right to do so. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. A very big thank you to everyone for joining the call. We do hope that when the call for
hello, someone is asking if you need to pay for the registration.
No, registration is free.
No. It's free.
If anybody
The
tells
training
you,
is fully sponsored by ECOWAS.
I think we'll have to
So
do
we won't
this
be paying.
disclaimer. I think we'll have to do this disclaimer that if anybody hears anything anywhere about this training that is associated with money, with participants, even transportation, please disregard it. Please disregard it. And whatsoever it is, you can always and easily go to the website of the Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria. We have a robust website, and all information about WASEWA will be present there for you to get information. Even phone numbers are available for you to contact us and get all relevant information. Honestly, every process of scamming and swindling and cheating people must be avoided in this circumstance. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I can see some people making comments about being required to pay 5,000 naira. So that is for registration for the association. So let's understand it. This is an ECOWAS-sponsored training, fully funded sponsored training.
There's no site that is currently open.
An association.
There's no site that is currently open.
We have that's what I'm trying to explain to them, sir. We have an association. Please listen. Mr.
of
Hutzman,
the
please listen.
Association of Organic
We
Agriculture
have
of Nigeria, then that is membership of the association. Participation in this training, ECOWAS employability training, is completely free. It is completely free. It does not require anything from you. All it requires is interest and having the requisite knowledge to participate. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, sir. I hope we understood that. And this does not, whether you're a member of the association or not, does not stop you from applying once the call for application is out. We're only, of course, if you're a member of the association, there are other benefits aside from being a part of this. It's not even automatic, so to say. So, but it's been a part of a community. That's what the association does. And we have different communities like that across Africa, you know, across West Africa as well. You know, that's why we have people here from Senegal, we have Agricole, we have those from Benin, all of that. So, but for this ECOWAS program, it is completely free, it is fully sponsored. And once the call comes out, we encourage all of us to know. The same way you got to know about this webinar is the same way. However, here's what we are going to do. I will share a link quickly. In 2-3 minutes, you can just fill that link so that you also get top of mind, if that is fine with all of us. But just give me about 30 seconds to do it because I was working on it before now. Okay, so once again, thank you for joining the call. Let me see if I can quickly pull up that form. Oh, that will be fine. All right. So let me just quickly pull up that form so that we can have our contact information, if that also gives us some form of security, so that you do not, there's going to be a long time frame when, okay, all right. So I'm just sharing it now. For those on YouTube, I'm going to share it on YouTube as well so that we can all have it, and that will be a wrap. I'll share it, hold on for about 5-10 minutes before we end the call, and then we can all see it and apply. So we are all in the know of at least we are ensured that we all have. Is the program only for people into agriculture? Dr. Juta?
Yeah, it is training on employability in agriculture, value chain, agriculture, pastoralism, fisheries, forestry. But we want to say that it is a value chain. So even if you are interested in processing, for instance, the training in Nigeria, we have the component of input production. So it is a long value chain. And we think that subsequent editions will bring in technology into it, but everything is geared towards improving food food production or sustainability of food in Nigeria and West Africa by extension.
All right, thank you, sir. So I've shared the link. Please click on the link. It's just a simple contact information form that includes your name, your email address, your phone number, and if you have any comments. The address button there is just for you to put your state so that we are also in the know of where your state is. So we can fill that quickly. I see about 6 responses. Thank you so much for the promptness. So please let's ensure to fill that quickly. And I don't think anyone is having any challenge. We can fill that quickly, and that will be the end of this call. Yes.
Apart from here, I guess you will still share the link.
Okay, so I'm sharing the link
Not
as...
just here.
Okay, you want us to share it across other channels?
Yeah,
All right,
apart from
ma'am.
the channels we're using now live, we can also share on Awola and some other association platforms. Is that okay?
All right, ma'am. We'll do that, ma'am.
Thank
All
you.
right, please, in
Thank
no
you.
way are you to pay for this ECOWAS training. It is completely free. Completely free. So whoever asks you to pay to be shortlisted or pay for anything is about to scam you. Don't fall victim for that. This is completely free. Joining or applying or being shortlisted for the ECOWAS training across all countries in West Africa is free. It's free of charge. Application, there's no application. You don't have to pay to get the application form. You don't have to pay to apply. No, not in any way. It is completely free. It is free of charge. So please don't fall victim of being scammed for payment. If you are shortlisted, it would definitely be based on merit and merit alone. So let's be aware of all of this. We'll share again, we're sure to share the link across different social media platforms as well, so that we can see that link and feel for those who have missed the opportunity to feel. And the replay is also available for us to watch on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining the call. We really appreciate you, and we look forward to all of us being a part of the training when it kicks off. Thank you once again. Okay, someone's asking me for the replay link to YouTube. So I'm sharing the YouTube replay, the YouTube link now. We went live on YouTube since we marked out our Zoom space. So I'm sharing that as well. Again, we will share and make sure that we broadcast all of this information so that we can fall back on it and let us know all the other details. All right, thank you so much for joining the call. We appreciate you. God bless us all. Have a lovely rest of the day. Merci.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
Hepzibah, that's a good outing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
What about the
Bonjour. Bonjour to our French family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.